possessions of the day for Brazil. Here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo! And a little point afterward.
What happens when the most watched player in women's college basketball history returns to her home court, but this time as a pro? Caitlin Clark stepped back onto the hardwood at Carver Hawkeye Arena, but this wasn't college. This was the WNBA. And the buzz didn't just come from Iowa, it came from everywhere.
I thought it was electric. It's what you've seen, whether it's from the outside on television or being here broadcasting, but to actually feel the energy. I mean, it is a thing when you talk about having a six man, so to speak, crowd energy. It gives you a lift, it gives you a boost. It's why we all do what we do, like to feed into these kinds of environments. And so it was a lot of fun. I think for the WNBA and the opportunities that we have to bring our game to areas where fans can engage. Like oftentimes it's difficult for fans in the summertime to get to a WNBA.
It was more just a game. It was a homecoming like no other. Cameras, sold out seats, fans holding up signs, and in the middle of it all, Clark looked exactly like she belonged. Is she the WNBA's next Steph Curry, or something even bigger? That's the real question people are asking. Her range is real. Her control is tight. She sees the floor in a way few rookies ever have. A new chapter begins for her, especially now that her rivalry with Angel Reese has carried into the pros. Two standout rookies, two college stars, sharing one league, all eyes are watching. Caitlin Clark's first WNBA preseason game came with extra weight, not just because it was her pro debut, but because it was happening at Carver Hawkeye Arena, where her name still echoes.
Oftentimes it's difficult for fans in the summertime to get to a WNBA city. And we have great college basketball fan bases throughout the country that deserve an opportunity to witness these women doing what they do at the highest level. And so I love these kinds of environments and opportunities for our team, for our league, and of course to bring special talents back home.
It's the court where she built her legend, where she shattered records. And now, as a Fever player, she walked back in, this time in a different jersey. From the moment she stepped out for warm-ups, the crowd was locked in. Over 15,000 fans filled the building. They didn't come just to watch a game, they came to welcome Clark home, and she gave them something to remember. She played just 19 minutes but filled the stat sheet. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. She opened the game with a three-pointer just 32 seconds in.
Here comes Clark in transition. Clark, pull up three. You bet!
It was the first point of the night. The crowd erupted. She didn't stop there. Later in the game, she launched a shot from the logo at least 35 feet out and drilled it. It wasn't just a deep shot, it was a statement, the kind that makes highlight reels instantly.
The better looking possessions of the day for Brazil. Here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo! And a little point afterward.
After the game, Clark took to X to speak directly to fans. "What a day in Iowa City," she wrote. "Can't say thank you enough to everyone who made it special for myself, but also my teammates. F-Eve show?" It was short, but it said everything. She didn't make it about herself. She included her squad. Clark also spoke about what it meant to be back at Iowa. She didn't hide the emotion. "I didn't expect anything else," she said. "That's exactly what I would have expected from them."
Their own team now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect anything else. Like, that's exactly what I would have expected from them. And, once I leave college, I'm still going to be a Hawkeye, and I really appreciate their support. And I'm sure they've come to love a lot of my teammates, whether it was last year, and then they'll find some new ones to cheer for this year. And, hopefully we can give them a lot of wins to make them happy. But I think that's, like I said, one of the best parts about the fan base is.
She's left college behind, but she made it clear. She'll always be a Hawkeye.
And Caitlin Clark's return to Iowa City is underway.
Rebound Fever. Caitlin pulls top of the key. Good! And she falls down to her left. No foul. Preseason.
She wasn't just playing a game, she was reminding the fans that she's carrying them with her into this next phase. Her connection to Iowa isn't ending, it's growing. That's rare in pro sports, and fans can feel that. Clark is more than a rookie. She's a symbol of what's possible when college greatness carries into the pros. This night wasn't just about basketball, it was about community, loyalty, and growth. And Clark owned every part of it. The Indiana Fever versus Brazil preseason matchup wasn't just a game, it was a milestone. I mean, this was the first time a WNBA team ever played at Carver Hawkeye Arena. That alone made it historic, and Clark made sure the moment mattered. The game was broadcast live on ESPN. Only 4 preseason games this year made it to national TV. This was one of them. That kind of exposure, almost unheard of for a rookie-led preseason match. But when Caitlin Clark is involved, networks take notice.
Caitlin, how did this crowd, this moment, this environment meet your expectations today?
I mean, they always exceeded. I mean, they were amazing, and just really thankful to be able to come back here and appreciate this place and these fans. And I mean, it was as loud as it gets when we went on that 8-0 run to start the game, so just thankful.
The buzz started long before tip-off. Tickets went on sale in January. They sold out in just 42 minutes. The average resale price was over $650. That's the highest for any WNBA game since 2015, preseason or not. It wasn't just Iowa fans. People came from everywhere to witness this. 30 seconds into the game, Clark pulled up from the top of the arc. Splash. First bucket of the night, and the first ever WNBA basket scored at CHA. Her name is now in the building's history twice, both college and pro. That's something only a few athletes can claim. This wasn't an isolated event either. The WNBA is experimenting this year with college campus games. LSU hosted Brazil too. Angel Reese made her return there. Notre Dame and Oregon are also part of this new push. But Clark's night was the standout. The crowd was bigger, the stakes felt higher, and Clark's performance was cleaner. She made shots, she made plays, and she did it all in under 20 minutes. No showboating, just execution. She's not just joining the league. She's shifting how preseason is viewed. She's bringing in new fans. She's attracting big media attention. And the numbers prove it. Clark's presence is pushing the WNBA into new spaces. This game, this night, might be the start of something major. Back to the game. In the third quarter, Clark took a bold shot. She barely crossed half court before launching from the logo. She nailed it. Not everyone liked the decision. Some thought it was too early in the clock, too risky, too flashy. But head coach Stephanie White didn't hesitate. When asked about it post-game, she fired back with one name. Nobody tells Steph Curry not to take good shots, right?
For years, 5 years really. So that's just who she is. It's what she does. I mean, nobody tells Steph Curry not to take good shots, right? But I do think that, sometimes there are time and score situations. Sometimes there are, we've just had 3 or 4 empty possessions. So really understanding the right times, understanding the moments. She knew she was coming out of the game, so she was going to take that logo 3. So it was, it was a good momentum builder, and of course what everybody wants to see from Caitlin, especially in this arena.
It was direct, it was confident, and it was a public endorsement of Clark's instincts. White made it clear, Clark has the green light. She's trusted to know when and how to shoot. There's no leash, no hesitation, just basketball sense. And Clark's got plenty of it, and there's no doubt how Clark has impacted Indiana Fever's competitive spirit.
Yeah, I mean, it's competitive spirit, and it's what competition is all about. And you bring in players who have the same kind of competitive edge, and they want to rip each other's hearts out. In practice, every single day, it's part of competing, and I know that sometimes we're not used to seeing that in women's sports, but it is what it is, right? Like, we want to compete, we want to be our best, we want to compete at a high level. We've got edgy players, we've got competitive players, and I guarantee you it doesn't matter if we're playing cards or if we're playing basketball. They want to win. And they want to do what it takes to win and position themselves to win.
She's not being treated like a regular rookie. The way the team speaks about her, it's different. She's already the centerpiece, already the go-to, and her range is a weapon they're willing to unleash. Angel Reese also returned to her college home during the preseason. LSU hosted a WNBA exhibition. It was a big deal, but it didn't pull the same weight. The buzz around Clark's return was much louder. Both players are incredible. Both are stars, both were top draft picks, and both are expected to carry the league into its next chapter. But when you stack the two preseason games side by side, one clearly led the headlines. Clark's 35-footer made national news. Her crowd was bigger. The resale prices were higher. The coverage leaned heavily in her favor. That doesn't erase Reese, but it shows who's setting the early tone. Their rivalry isn't new. It goes back to college, but now it's in the pros. Different teams, bigger stakes, more eyes. And when they finally meet on May 17th, it's going to be huge. The Indiana Fever will play one more preseason game on May 11th. They'll face the Atlanta Dream on the road. That's the final tune-up before the real season begins. Then on May 17th, Clark and the Fever open their season against the Chicago Sky. That means one thing: Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, round 1. This isn't just a matchup, it's a moment. And the league knows it. Expect cameras, expect noise, expect the spotlight. Clark's efficiency was sharp. She shot 60% from the floor. She hit 4 of 6 from deep. She didn't force anything. Just let the game come to her. In the middle of the game, the Brazil coach said something rare. He turned to Clark and said, "You've changed the history in basketball." She didn't gloat. She just nodded. "I appreciate it," she replied. "Thanks for coming here and playing us."
How are you? Good, how are you?
You're an amazing player. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You changed the history in
I
basketball.
appreciate it. Thanks for coming here and playing us. Most people you've played in front of.
Bree Hall made her debut, scoring 9 points and pulling 4 rebounds. Jillian Aline checked in during the third quarter for her first action. The Fever's young core is getting valuable reps early. Is Caitlin Clark already the face of the WNBA before her first official game? Or is this just the beginning of something even bigger? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more WNBA updates. Thanks for watching.